how much stress has been added because your life is way too cluttered. Anybody ever been in the home of a hoarder? Seriously. Okay, and the point is, you got your issues too, so we're not making fun of hoarders. I'm just saying, when you're not a hoarder and you walk in the home of a hoarder, it is overwhelming. I can do this because it's an old story, but back when I was in Ann Arbor, I was working construction to start the church there, and I was asked to go in and make a repair on a house that we had built, and the doctor that lived there was a hoarder. And when I walked in, I thought, how can I fix anything? You can't get to anywhere in this house. I mean, the dude was obviously a reader. How many think doctors are readers? Of course they are. But every periodical this guy had ever had or was able to get a hold of, whether he had read it or not, was stacked up on his couch. It was just like there was stuff everywhere. And you could hardly breathe. I mean, it was just overwhelming. Some of us, that's the way we choose to live our lives. There are, to use Jesus' analogy, so many weeds in our heart. There's so much stuff that's there that has not been pulled, that has not been discarded, that's just there. It's hard to know, how do you help somebody grow in Jesus when there's so much competing for their heart? So we have to untangle our life. Hebrews 12:1. Let us strip off every weight that slows us down. Have you heard this one before? Okay, it's talking about a runner. And if you've ever run any race, you know the lighter, your clothing, the lighter your shoes, the lighter you can make yourself, the better chance you have of doing your best. And that's all he's saying is, just like a runner, lighten the load, right? This is what we're doing, difficult road, but we're traveling light, right? So this all goes along together. Let us strip off every weight that slows us down, especially the sin that so easily trips us up. I think most of us here, sin is the only thing we have to deal with. If you just keep dealing with the sin in your life, that will keep you from getting tripped up. No, he's saying, you've got this much stuff entangling your life, and some of it is sin. Prioritize that, right? But he's not saying, become fixated with any aspect of sin in your life. He's saying, just disregard that. But there's a whole bunch of other stuff, just from the series so far. I'm not even going out and finding new stuff to talk about. The things that we have talked about so far are fear and worry and anxiety and anger and bitterness, unforgiveness, impatience, grumbling, complaining, jealousy, guilt, shame, regret, false narratives, bad habits, unconfidence. Those aren't sin, but those entangle us. They cause us to be tripped up. And somebody goes, well, I know I'm kind of anxious, but it's not really a sin, so it's not really a problem. Yeah, it is. It's tangling your heart, and you live from that thing. You live from your heart, right? So the bottom line is, anything that's going to trip you up, anything that's going to slow you down, anything that's going to weigh you down, you need to discard. How do we do that? 1 John 2:6. Those who say they live in God should live their lives as Jesus did. Okay, so when you're going to travel light in this broken road, when you're going to do this right, what's your example? If Jesus did it, do it. If Jesus didn't do it, go, Now, Jesus never drove a GT Mustang convertible. Okay, so I'm not saying you can't drive a GT Mustang convertible. I'm just saying that in life, if Jesus would Jesus, if he lived today, drive a GT, he would really think it was fun. He would. Okay. Galatians 5:1. So Christ has truly set us free. Now make sure you stay free. Why is he saying that? Because we tend to get entangled with the stuff in our life that we're just ignoring. You're free in Jesus. Stay that way. Which means it's possible to be in Jesus and not stay free. Right? And some of you are going, I thought I was broken. No, you're not broken. You're just not untangling your heart. Colossians 2:20. You have died with Christ. You can't be the hero. You're dead. I like that. And nobody else did. Okay, but I did. I like that. And he has set you free from the spiritual powers of this world. So why keep following the rules of this world? Why keep doing things that are going to entangle you when you've been set free? And dead people shouldn't be messing up the process. So, coaching questions. How do you need to untangle? What's weighing you down? And again, is it something in the past? Is it something in the present? Or is it something in the future? That's actually a very good question. There are some here that are just as messed up about what might happen in the future as those who are still messed up about broken things that happened in the past. And how many of us know that Jesus said there's more than enough things to get entangled with in today? You don't have to worry about the past or the future because there's enough today to deal with. Yes, so what's weighing you down, past, present, or future? How has God designed you to encourage other people? That gives you a great sense of what should I be holding on to. I need to let go of the things that get in the way of me doing that. But we've all been built by God to speak in other people's lives, to encourage them, to build them up. What is it in you that helps with that? Leave that alone. And then the other things, they're not as important. Remove as necessary. What's holding you back? Where does God want you to declutter?